It's Thursday, May 26th, 6:30 p.m. Special meeting of the City Council of Sandy Oaks, Texas is called to order. We'll have a quorum call. Alderman Tomasini.
Here.
Alderwoman Tanguma.
Here.
Alderwoman Gillespie.
Here.
Councilwoman Matuela is absent. And I'm Alderman Tremblay. And the mayor is ill and unable to attend the meeting today, and she was ordered by her doctor to get some bed rest, so she's not here. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If we get everybody to stand, please. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first item on the agenda, item 3, is citizens to be heard. We have one individual signed up to speak, Mr. Michael Miller.
Good evening, everybody. I want to speak on item number 6 on the park. I'm not speaking to start a conspiracy theory, but as someone that knows hazmat, I just don't understand why we're spending money on the park when we don't know if it is contaminated or not with hazardous material. I don't think the park is contaminated. I feel that the barrels of trash that was dug up was from the excess from dump day that was buried by the prior administration. I feel that the barrels are probably old burn barrels, and it's too bad that they didn't let everything set in place and let the proper authorities look at them and decide what it was on the contents. And also, one council member was talking, well, it's only one little spot. But what you have to understand on hazardous material is that it leaches. And we don't know if there was hazardous material there. The whole park could be contaminated. It's probably not, but we need to know that. And the only way we're going to get to know that is if we get the core samples. And I've heard nothing on this matter. It's been going on and on and on. And I don't see how we can put buildings over there and expect people to attend meetings over at a park that could be possibly contaminated. You don't want your children, especially young children with their immune system, because they're really vulnerable. And if over there's something over there, and they get high lead or toxins or anything else, you know, you can have a lot of problems. But we need to have the core samples so that we know and we can put this to rest before we spend money at that park. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next item on the agenda is item 4 is approval of payment to Mark Ramirez of $140 for security services. This is for our security from Bexar County. Is there any discussion? Well, then I would move that we approve the approval of payment to Mark Ramirez for $140. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Alderman Tomasini. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda is discuss possible action on the approval of demolition of the clubhouse in the existing city park known as Waterville Park. Now we do know that the the double wide is totally encased, or a mold has pretty much taken over the whole building. There are numerous leaks in the roof. The porch is falling down. It's actually a hazard sitting there as it is. So I think in lieu of action against the city for leaving it there and someone getting hurt, someone going in, we can't use the building for meetings. Reason we're here. So it's I think it's in our best interest to move on this item. Have any discussion from the council?
Are these the three bids that we did?
That'll be, right, we do have 3, 4, actually, I have a 4
Oh.
that came in as well, and I'll pass this one around, and everybody can look at this one.
So the floor is no good, the siding and the windows, you said it was falling apart.
If someone wanted to salvage the building, I guess they could. We're not in the business of salvaging, so we're basically looking to have it demolished and the area cleared. Whatever bid we would accept, it'd be totally up to that individual, that company, do whatever they would with the remains of the building after demolition. I don't think it's in any condition that they could just hook it up and move. Again, that would be a decision that company would have to make. I don't think we can make that decision.
I would be real hesitant to let anyone hook up and try to pull that thing out. And just in one of the rooms, there are 8 holes where you can see the sky. And to pull something like that and have it fall apart on our streets, I'm just not willing to take that chance. In that same room, it's the weight room. All the rain we've had, that floor's got a lot of weight on it with all that weight equipment.
And so are we leaving everything in the trailer?
The companies that I talk to, that's fine, that can go. We can take out whatever we want. There's,
I'm not going.
the tables and chairs. The tables and chairs, I think, can be taken out of there and cleaned with a bleach solution to make sure there's no problem with any mold on those. But everything else, there's not that much in there.
What's in there? What's
Pretty
in
much
there?
like what we left it.
Okay, so there's probably you mean like a couch and...
The couch is in there, and I certainly wouldn't want anybody using that couch with it being exposed to all the mold that's in there.
And then there's the oven and...
The refrigerator and the oven. There's a desk and 2 chairs in the little office, but there's a plastic shelf there, but most everything in the office I've already tossed out. There was a lot
Pass that over.
of trash in there.
Down.
So you have 2 bids, or,
There's 4.
4.
3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, we have 4.
so all these here are bids.
Let me look at the totals.
So I was noticing on one bid that if the septic was, something happened to the septic, they weren't responsible for that. Is that across the board?
I think that would be across the board.
But we're having somebody come out possibly and find it, right?
That's
It's-
separate, yes.
yeah.
Well, would that be under liability insurance if they, so do all these companies have liability insurance?
We're sure that should be a requirement to do business with the city, sure.
And it looks like on this one right here, we have to pay for the...
The roll-offs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's an additional cost
That's an
on that
additional
one, so
cost.
that's,
Is it okay to mention the company names?
Sure can. Are
Okay.
any of them here?
Dodson, they supply the roll-offs. Hansco doesn't use roll-offs. They have their own trucks that they bring in and load it up, the debris up in the trucks.
Oh, that's probably way cheaper.
Mhm.
Because they're about the same price.
Mhm.
Not that much difference.
I did talk to a couple companies about any type of salvage of any of it, and couldn't find anyone that was even interested.
You mean lumber? What you talking
Metal.
To take it just for salvage. They don't even, but for one thing, the way it's set up, it's not a type of building that moves quickly. Even, they said even if it was in perfect shape, the year that it is, and the way it's set up as a clubhouse or meeting place, there's just not a big market for them.
Oh, because there's no room.
Right, and it would, they said it wouldn't be worth their time to have it sitting on their lots for 2 to 3 years, and they figured it would probably take them that long. Like I said, if it was in perfect shape.
Yeah.
But there's not one room in there that doesn't have mold.
So this price for the new one is one price for the double wide and then additional for
They're
the
all-
single wide. They're both going out.
We're just talking about this double wide,
The double wide, okay.
so it's,
Okay, so they just added that if we were interested.
so the two ponies, we have to provide the roll-offs, so that's no. Yeah, I'm not sure on the Dodson says he's requesting for the landfill to pull the dumpsters. So that's an additional cost as well.
Where's that?
Where-
On the Dodson, on phase one, he's saying he will request for the landfill to pull the dumpsters and return the empty ones. I don't know that that's doable.
Where is it?
Phase one, first page,
Yeah, I see that.
about halfway
Yes,
down
but
the
he
first
takes care
paragraph.
of that, he
Oh,
takes
okay,
care
I
of all
see.
that.
But he's requesting for the landfill to pull the dumpsters.
Well, but he takes care of all that. We don't pay for any of that. He normally doesn't work with the company that the city has a franchise agreement with, but he's talked to them and has no problem working with them so far as the roll-offs.
So, is there anyone here from Dodson?
Actually looking at right here.
Yeah. And Hansco, anyone here from Hansco? Okay, H-Tex. Sir, in your bid for removing the double wide, do you plan on doing the demolition on site?
Yes.
Everything can be done on site?
Yeah, on
You don't
site.
plan on pulling the trailer up
Nope.
the street?
Nope.
You're not
Can
gonna?
move it.
You can't move it, so everything will be done on
Yeah, I
site?
have to be there and clean up everything.
And I see you're insured, so any damages to the park in any way, you would take care. So you're not gonna go in there and drive over the top of the septic tank? You're not gonna leave
I have to
debris?
locate first with the septic tank before
Right.
I start moving around.
Right.
You know, it's not like I just go over there and start breaking apart things.
And it
Make
was,
sure, except the utilities, I don't know who's gonna be charged.
we
In
would
charge to
take, we
disconnect
would
everything?
take care of the utilities.
How do you haul it away? How do you haul the stuff away?
I have my own in them.
I
Big
have what?
trailer. I have big truck.
You mean like dump truck?
One
Yeah.
truck?
I have big trailer. Big mainline truck.
And how long would it take you to complete the job? Would you complete the job in 1 week?
Yeah, it's no more than 8 days, sir.
No more than 8 days?
If it's not rain hard, you understand? I have my own equipment too, so.
Or what kind of stuff do you have to tear it down with? What kind of stuff do you have to tear it down with? What do you use?
I have a backhoe and a skid loader. That's all you need. It's a big backhoe.
If we decided to keep the rock skirt that's around it for use somewhere else in the park, could we
Well,
do
that's
that?
fine.
Could
Yeah,
we-
I
could
mean,
we
just
keep the
like,
rock?
it's not gonna be
That's,
tagged. It's
I'm
gonna be
sure it'll
broken.
be full of concrete. But if we decided to do that,
Yeah, we can
could
put
do
it
that.
somewhere else. Put it on the side, then you can use it later whenever you want. Better for me.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Guajardo?
Where is your company?
I live in Waterloo.
Oh, you
Well,
live-
San Diego. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
What was, let me see, how much was that? What is defreeze material? I was going to ask that. What is defreeze material?
Debris.
Debris.
Oh, debris. Oh, okay. Debris, okay.
Defreeze.
Debris.
Does that include the deck on his? It's everything, okay. Because I noticed there's a little difference in that.
Well, I would move that we accept the bid from H-Tech for the demolition of the Devil White in the park
Well, where does he take the dumps? Where does he dump?
to the landfill.
You take the stuff to the landfill?
Yes.
Yeah, taking it to the house.
And you just got your insurance today?
Yes, ma'am.
Just in.
Do I have a second on my motion? I have a motion. I move that we accept the bid from H-Tech company for the removal of the Devil White, for the demolition of the Devil White in the park.
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Mr. Alderman Tomasini. Any more discussion?
I'm concerned that this is a big project for us. And granted, his is the lowest bid. But I don't see a whole lot in that, in his written bid. All these other companies have a great deal of experience. I'd like to see it done right. And for one truck with one trailer to do in 8 days what these other companies are saying it's going to take 5 to 8 days with roll-offs and multiple trucks. I'm just questioning that that's feasible.
You can ask Mr. Guajardo.
Well, I'm making my comment to the council. I'm not sure that the lowest price is always the best. And it does concern me a bit that he got his insurance today. That concerns me.
When Mr. Guajardo showed interest in the job, I asked him if he had his insurance. He previously had a trucking business, which he decided to go into the fracking. So he sold his trucks. So he's been in business for several years.
Trucking.
Right.
How many double wides have you demolished?
Well, I've been demolished houses, more houses, and just,
So you've never demolished a mobile home?
you know, it's just more smaller in the house. You know, it's more, a build home is harder because you got foundation. You know, and I know how to do it. I've been in business for a long time. I just went to oil field for a little while. I have my own company in Waterwood.
I understand that, and it'd be wonderful to have a local company.
And I've been loans too. I mean,
yeah.
maybe all these houses around Waterwood too.
Yeah. Jack of all trades.
I have all utility companies, all this stuff.
How big is your crew going to be? How big is your crew?
4 men,
4 men.
4 men. So you need 20 more.
Can we ask for references?
Well, he's been in business
For years and years, okay. Because they do have licenses to do these things, right?
Yes.
Any more discussion? All those in favor of selection of the H-Tex company for the demolition of the double wide? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
3 in favor, opposed?
I'm opposed.
Note that BJ, Alderman Gillespie is opposed. 3 in favor, motion passes. Thank you, sir. We'll be in touch. Next item on the agenda is the discussion and possible action on the purchase of a modular building from the Texas Facilities Commission, federal surface property, and traffic control during the construction period related to item 5. And what this is, if everyone has in their packet some pictures. What this is this is an office building that's surplus from the state, and it's located in Laredo. We actually sent our administrator on a little field trip down to Laredo to take a look at this building. It's being offered to us for the price of $3,000. It's a 50 by 60 office, commercial office building. And what we do is put this in place while we're removing the double wide from the park. I'm going to ask the administrator to give us a little, right, it's 2 of them together. So that's one section.
No, it's 24 by 6.
Yeah, well, this is what I got from him today from Laredo, John Smart.
Yeah, that's fine, but I'm talking about the size.
That's it right there. dimensions. 50 by
Okay.
60 by 24?
50 by 60. That's actually half, and they're estimated dimensions. If you would, would you give us a short briefing on what you found, what you saw, what you think, your opinion?
It is in a secured area that is operated by the Department of Transportation. The building is currently used by inspectors who go over the big rigs that are coming across the river to make sure that they meet safety standards for on U.S. roads. It's approximately 14 years old. It has been well maintained. There are 9 small cubicles and 4 large cubicles inside the facility. All the cubicles are wired for phone and internet access. 2 restrooms and a break area and a storage room, plus a service counter at the front or as you would come in the door. There are 2 private offices in the rear of this structure. One of them had previously been used as a server room, and it's where all of the internet and phone line would come in and then branch out from there. The ADA compliant ramp that's currently on the building would not come with it. There are no obvious leak, hole, beat up places on the inside. They've maintained it rather well.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's got the handout with the photos.
What does it mean by and traffic control during construction period? What's that?
That's,
Well,
that's,
I think what we'll need to do while the demolition is going on and even while the new structure is brought in, we'll need to secure the entrances to the park, to include the back area and as well as the fence, the gate that's there now. So we'll need to secure the area so that people don't have access while this work is being done.
Okay.
I don't think we can find a better building for the price. I've actually done some looking around at double wides myself from manufacturers right here. To buy a new building, a new double wide with an open floor plan, what we're looking for, I was told anywhere from $120,000 to $140,000 to have one built. And the red tape you'd have to go through to have it built that way, because these mobile home manufacturers are bound by HUD requirements as far as room sizes as to what they can build. So you'd actually have to go to a company that builds that type of building, and we don't have anything here locally that does it. We have those small ones right there at 1604 when you get on off the off-ramp going north.
Where is the building right now?
The building is in Laredo right now, and so we would have to transport it.
How much does that cost?
That's on the next item on the agenda.
Okay, sorry.
But for the price, we're looking at $3,000 to purchase this trailer, which is, I think it's a fraction of what it's actually worth.
So this
Are
is
they
a
just-
rare opportunity.
It's a rare opportunity, right? We have a short window to act, because it's actually with like a defense reutilization and marketing. So we actually have first cracks at it just because we're municipality.
And it's for $3,000?
$3,000.
And do we designate what this was going to be used for? Not yet?
Yes, we will use it for municipal offices.
Okay, municipal
Exactly.
offices and meetings as well?
Exactly.
Okay.
Sure.
So we'd be saving money by not renting this place
Sure.
in the long run?
Yes, ma'am.
And maybe an air conditioner that works.
But it does look like it's in really good shape.
Right.
The pictures are beautiful. I guess the furniture does come with it.
The cubicles
So we don't need to use them, we can, if we don't want to. They're removable?
Yes, ma'am.
But we don't get the furniture or anything in it. It's just the bit. It's
The
It's
just
a shell.
small cubicles
Does it have
they're
a
going to
kitchen?
leave. It has,
And a
has break
bathroom?
area. Has, oh yes, has
Okay.
plumbing.
So-
Is it the same size as what we have now, or is it bigger or smaller? or-
It's probably a little larger than what's there. So the footprint will be a little, it'll be a little larger.
Well, I've shot for plenty buildings, and this is a rare price. I mean, I'm just surprised that you actually found one in this price.
It's deeper but not wider.
Okay.
They haven't gone to surplus price.
Oh, then there's plenty of room for it.
Yeah.
And is it available now, or do we have to?
Yes, we have a short window to act on this before it's offered up to someone else or goes to auction.
The city has the right of first refusal
Right.
to other entities
Oh, good.
that would follow this city if we tried to It's not done.
It's well within our budget.
Oh, yeah, it's, yeah. Even if we have to, even the cost of moving it will still be in the budget.
It costs more to get rid of the old one than it does to get the new one.
Yeah.
So we need the space.
So,
Oh. I motion that we we would purchase a modular building from Texas Facilities Commission federal surplus property and traffic control during the construction period related to the agenda item number 5. Is that right? I read
I
it.
think the traffic control is probably a separate item that will need to be done, so
It's on the same line there, that's why I read it.
Y'all can discuss it, since you're discussing item 6, you can still discuss it, or if you want to take it as a separate action item.
I think we
as
should
well.
probably take the traffic control as a separate item.
Right. So rephrase it again?
Yeah, just purchase the building. You
Okay,
don't-
I motion
don't have to
that
take the price.
City of Sandy Oaks consider purchase of a modular building from Texas Facilities Commission federal surplus property related to item agenda.
So it's the motion to make the purchase.
Motion to make a purchase.
And then the price.
Excuse me?
And the
Not
price.
to exceed 3,000.
Not to exceed $3,000.
I second the motion.
Motion made by Alderwoman Tanguma, seconded by Alderwoman Gillespie. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, discuss possible action to arrange for and approve the transportation for the modular building from agenda item number 6, and we'll go back to the traffic control. So we're discussing item 7 now, to arrange and approve transportation for the modular building. What we have is,
Will it fit through that gate?
it'll be 2 pieces, it won't come,
Well, I know. but
Yeah,
will
oh,
it-
yeah,
Will
sure.
it still fit through there?
24 feet. If not, they'll go through the back. I mean, it's,
Oh, yeah, they can go to the back.
they can go through the back if they need be.
Well, they might be able to go through the entrance over on Hickory Shadow. I don't think they'd be able to get it through the back. You'd have to cut a lot of trees.
We need to measure those and let them know. They're right at the street, so
Yep.
they can come out and look. And we do have one proposal from Alamo Transport, and we have just one proposal, being that there is a requirement that in order for a transport company to do business with the state, they have to be vetted. This company is vetted, so we wouldn't have to go searching for someone and possibly incur a price for them or a cost for them to do business with the state. So we do have a cost from Alamo Transport, and again, they're located right up here on Southton Road. The total cost, and this is to include tear down there in Laredo, and everyone has the quote there, but it includes removal and disposal of the skirting, tear down the double wide, bracing it, everything, welding hitches, because I'm believing that the tongues have been removed from those trailers and the rest, so they'll have to reinstall the tongues in order to tow them. And they take care of all permitting, anything needed to bring those things up I-35. Then when they get here, they will set it up as well. Doesn't include the site prep, which is where we come in with the demolition, that they leave the site clean so that when a new one comes in, it can be set in place, possibly use some of the ground or the area that's there. Probably it's going to be some additional supports because I think it is going to be a little bigger.
What, do we have a time limit then that we have to remove the other building?
We do. I believe we do. As soon as we let the folks down in Laredo know that we are making the offer, then we have so much time, so many days to get it out of there. 3 days? 30. So
Oh,
30 days.
okay,
3 days.
30.
Really quick. 30 days. So
30.
So that gives us time to
Okay.
get the area cleaned up.
So we would have to have H-Tex finished by 30 days.
Within 30 days.
Within 30
And he said
days.
he'd be 8 days he would be done, so we'll be good there. We need to take care of utilities and all that.
And then the scheduling for Alamo Transportation as well, that if you close on the building, that's when the clock starts running, so we have to move it up here, but he's got other jobs ahead of this one, if that should be the case.
Okay. So I would hope that within 30 days we get it done. So there's been some conversation with Alamo, so we know we can get this done.
Okay.
Alamo is also an authorized contractor with the General Services Administration, so as far as, and I don't mean to hold up the federal government as any sort of sterling example, but they do have experience and GSA likes what they do.
Okay.
You still in our budget?
Did they say why they would be disposing of the skirting?
I don't think they don't want to use the old stuff. I think it's just their procedure. When they take it apart, they don't want to be responsible for
Breaking it?
taking care and doing all that. So we would have to skirt it.
This building doesn't have any axles or wheels.
So it's pretty low to the ground.
Yeah.
So-
They'll provide those, and then of course remove them on the site.
We might need different, might have to be different.
If you look at the
skirting.
the picture, see how
Yep.
it sits. It's actually flat. It's not like a regular mobile home.
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. There's another one that's a little bit better. We'll have to figure that in, the price of starting it.
So I'd move that we accept the proposal from Alamo Transport for the movement of the modular building from Laredo and moving it here and setting it in place.
I second.
Motion made by Alderman Tremblay, seconded by Alderwoman Gillespie. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All in favor? Next item on the agenda is discuss possible action on the disconnection and reconnection of the septic system, electricity, and water service from the clubhouse in the existing city park known as Waterwood Park. And again, on this, the movement of this building, the moving the old building out and bringing the new one in, we are required to do disconnects and reconnects on all the services. On the septic system, we have a quote from A1, is it A Plus Septic? And there again, they are located in the city. They will go out and locate the existing lid for cleaning. They will provide cleaning of the existing system, disconnect from the clubhouse, and reconnect to the new building. And that is the only proposal I have.
Will they come out and locate the septic system before they start tearing their?
Yes, before any work is done, right. It's so that they know that during the demolition phase where it is, so they don't go driving their equipment over top of it.
So they will do that?
Right.
I've always used them, they're real good.
That's the top one, too.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they would do it right away, though, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, it'd have to be done right away. All these items are falling in line with the funds that were approved for the municipal building. So we are staying within budget.
But we don't have anything yet for the electricity?
The electric and the water shouldn't be that one shouldn't be a bad one to do. But as far as the disconnect, probably just getting a plumber to do
No,
that.
it's right here.
But
Reconnect water.
reconnect the water. Okay, neutral to water. Reconnect. Okay, so he's going to do the water system as well. As far as the electricity, I believe we may have to get CPS to come in to do that, or an electrician, because I don't know what size electrical panel is on that trailer as far as how much service it needs.
Well, that's true.
So we may have to get an electrician once it's in place. Don't think that's going to be a showstopper.
The unit has a air conditioning and heating system already attached to it.
I noticed.
I'm not learned enough to tell you whether it's 440 or whatever.
Oh, it's one of those ones that hangs on the
Right,
side?
yeah, you didn't see it in the pictures. Yeah, it's got central.
Do they give any warranty on it or anything?
On the building?
Probably not. I didn't think so. It was a good.
Nice try.
I didn't think for $3,000.
Well, I make a motion that we accept this proposal from A Plus Septic Service to locate the septic system, clean the septic system, disconnect from the clubhouse's septic lines and water, and connect the new trailer to the septic system and reconnect the water.
Can I just ask one more thing? Who's going to ask them to come out and locate the septic system so we can start doing that?
I can do that.
Okay.
So I have a motion on the floor to accept the A plus septic proposal. Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
Motion made by Alderwoman Gillespie, seconded by Alderwoman Tanguma. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All in favor? No opposed. I'm going to go back to the traffic control. It's a separate item. It's under agenda item 6. And what this is it's actually a safety concern. And we probably could have included this in one, I don't know, but we do have a proposal from Two Ponies to install some telephone poles at the park entrance. I'm not sure where this is.
Initially, it's actually the next one down, place the concrete at the cul-de-sac for motorized traffic barrier.
So it's not the,
It could, I'm thinking we might want to word it to where we might include those donated telephone poles if needed. There may be enough of the concrete to seal off that cul-de-sac, Prelude Pass. That's the new entrance that people have created themselves.
is that
Priest Road and then
when you
Prelude
come in Hickory or come in
Shady Forest.
and then you would take a left?
left on
Okay, I
Prelude
know what it
Pass.
is.
It's the
Okay.
first street that goes down there.
So what about the other entrances? What will
The only
be
other
there?
entrance is where vehicles can get through would be over off of Hickory Shadow. And that one's got gates and
There are gates there?
there are gates and a chain, and it's locked and chained shut.
Because we will need to secure it and just maybe give Mr. Guajardo a key to a lock we put on there so that he can get in and out.
Well-
We'll need to secure the area while during the demolition phase.
Well, I think the one on Hickory Shadow is secured 24 hours a day. It wouldn't be difficult at all to secure the main entrance gate
Right.
with a chain and lock. But
So
we
this-
may have to remove I don't know if we would have to remove there's a chain that gate, when it was motorized, propelled it. And I don't know if we can open and close it by hand without taking that chain off or not. It wouldn't be that difficult to take that chain off.
Do we have the concrete?
The concrete block is back there.
So this cost is just to move it?
That's to move it, and yes, yep. But it's a lot of concrete. And in addition to being useful, what was up before there on Prelude Pass was a 6-foot chain link fence. And people have gone in there with the big trucks and they just plowed it over. And now there are 2 entrances. There's one for the regular vehicles to drive through, and then the 4-wheelers have made themselves a little one with a jump. And the idea is to secure that where people can still walk in there if they want to walk in through that entrance, but they can't drive vehicles back in there, and
So
they
this
can't take
concrete barrier is
ATVs.
going to be large enough to block the...
We think there's enough, but if not, we do have the donated 12-inch telephone pole sections that we can use to augment that. My thinking on the concrete, it gets that pile of concrete out of the park. Plus, secures that entrance. Don't have to worry about anybody using a truck to mow it over. He's also going to, any of the concrete that has any rebar sticking out of it, he's going to cut it flush. My thinking is it would be a good project maybe for some of the kids. If adults can paint the concrete once we get it in place, down the road a little bit, paint it a solid color, white, whatever, and then let the kids, different age groups, do their own artwork on each one of those blocks. And that might discourage the older kids from graffitiing it.
So it's going to be permanent, not just while they're
Right,
doing the construction?
yes, it's permanent.
Okay.
And it does clear that concrete then out of the park.
So there's more than one piece there then? Because you keep saying concrete blocks. Okay.
There's more. There may be enough to do that whole cul-de-sac. If
All right.
not, we do have the backup of the,
And
I think there's
As
6.
far as providing egress,
Mm-hmm.
having more than one entrance, and even folks have to get out of the park, there's another entrance right straight
On
across.
Hickory
So
Shadow.
we have the Hickory Shadow and then the
Yeah.
one on.
So there'll be at
Those
least-
are the real entrances, yes.
So there'll be at least 2 entrances?
Mhm. Yeah.
But we're able to secure all of them for this price. We're going to secure everything.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. If there's enough of the concrete, because it's going to be close, if there's enough of the concrete blocks, then that would be the price. I think we should allow, just in case we need it, allow for those donated telephone poles, to use those if need be. And this would still be far cheaper than trying to fence that again.
Can I suggest that maybe with the bid that you put a contingency of, say, 10% of the bid price, and then that way you don't have to take it up for action the next time?
Well, I was going to say we just not to exceed 1675. If we decide not to do the poles, then
And originally what we were thinking for the poles was, and now I'm second guessing on this because you're right, we probably do need two ways in and out of there in case of an emergency. But the thought was to take the gates off the Hickory Shadow entrance, put those telephone poles to where vehicles couldn't drive through, ATVs couldn't come through, but people could walk through. What we could do in order to allow people to walk, if we left those gates up, we could install one small gate to the side, and there is one in the single wide. Install that over there where people can actually walk through, because I would like people to be able to get into the park and not have it closed off.
right. Good. So if you want to make a motion to do it, not to exceed that
Not to
price.
exceed that price? Okay, let me see how you've got it worded here.
Those
No,
are
it's
item
not.
6.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the bid from Two Ponies Excavation, not to exceed $1,675, to place the concrete blocks at the Prelude Pass cul-de-sac to prevent motorized vehicles of any type from driving through there. Good enough?
Good enough for me. I'll second the motion. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. All in favor? I'm going to postpone item 9 until the building is moved and we can address the ADA compliance. I've just make a comment or that we will ensure that the building is ADA compliant. We just want to address this item at this time. But also pull item 10. I'll just table that. And if there's not any further business, if we have a motion to adjourn. I'll motion. So I have a motion by Alderman Tomasini to adjourn,
I second.
seconded by Alderwoman Gillespie. Thanks for coming. This concludes the special meeting of the City of San Diego.
I have a
Thank you.
question. Can I ask you a question?
You can ask me personally. Sure, come on up.
I was just wondering, when you're going to give us an update on the T-check,
I'm sorry.
on this T-check investigation? On the T-check
The TCEQ?
investigation.
Yeah, we'll discuss it. Just you and I first, we can chat.
The new
Just give
one,
me a few minutes to clean up. Because I was looking at what,
the mayor had sent me through the Dropbox. Does the transporter know that?
that's who said, that's the paperwork that he David, does the transporter know that the building is, know that the building is assigned?
Yes. Okay. Because what I have shows it's on 24.
that's half the time.
By memory, I just wanted to.
Not very long.
Thank you.